何がロゼだ。カカロットの真似事などくだらんことを。
久しぶりに手合わせすっか。よし、どうした？たとえ一人でも無理やりの投稿はしてお願いします。 にならんか。その痛みが私を強くする。神の怒りに強くいかほどのものなの。その身に刻んこい。今度はオラの番だ。
別に俺が手伝わなくても標準的に
当てるものなくよ。
スーパーゴースト作戦
調子に乗るな。
よかった。
Join the Daily Show live as we discuss Trump's first State of the Union just moments after it goes down.
Then stick around for the opposition live following the Daily Show.
Will Trump mention his dangerous decision to pull out of the Paris Climate Accord?
Or will he tout his genius, heroic move to pull out of the Paris Climate Accord?
Well, he definitely won't mention that many parts of Puerto Rico still don't have electricity.
Oh, you mean how Trump has given them a chance to unplug and get away from the distractions of modern life for a while?
I feel like you're just taking all of my criticisms and spinning them in a more positive way.
No, I'm just making the things you say great again.
Tonight.
So we are approaching the end of not just Dragon Ball Super, but the Tournament of Power arc, and there's been a few very interesting twists and turns in this thing. I was not expecting Gohan to go out so soon, or the way that he did, but I want to talk about Vegeta, and I want to talk about the future of how this tournament could play out. We're going to give our little predictions here about what may happen, you know, in the next few episodes of Super. As of right now, there are about 6 episodes of Super left, and they have to cram in the end of the tournament, the wish, and whatever the finale is going to be of the series, with a lot of, you know, unanswered questions possibly, but we'll get to that when the episodes air. I don't really want to criticize them yet until they actually air. But I want to talk about what could happen with Vegeta and Toppo, not just this weekend on Dragon Ball Super, but also going forward. So joining me, please welcome back. He was on the channel like yesterday or the day before, depending on whether I decide to upload this, when I decide to upload this. Please welcome back MJ. Welcome back. Didn't I just talk to you like a minute ago or a couple days ago?
Yeah, something like that. Thank you for having me back, bro.
Here's a little hint for y'all. YouTubers pre-record their videos sometimes days in advance, but I'm sure most of you already know that. So let's talk about Vegeta and Toppo. I was talking to you through text, and you had this interesting twist because I think people are assuming that it's going to be Jiren against Vegeta and Goku, and I think some people have even theorized that Vegeta could end up being the last guy, that he could end up actually being the winner. But you have a little bit of a different perspective, and I kind of am slowly starting to like kind of agree with you on it in the sense of it makes sense based on what we know. And we are going to get into some very, very, very light spoilers here, okay? Very light spoilers about the upcoming episode, specifically 127, so just giving everybody a warning here. But you believe that Vegeta and Toppo are the next ones to go out. You don't think that Vegeta's going to eliminate Toppo and go fight Jiren again. You think that Vegeta is out in episode 126?
Yeah, I think Transform Toppo, or Hakaishin Toppo, whatever you prefer to call him, is probably going to be a lot to handle. And Vegeta in his new form, I think is a perfect person to go up against him. But I don't think he's, how do you say, leaving this fight alive, if you will, even though he's just going to the bleachers.
How do you foresee it happening, though? Do you foresee Vegeta actually... Because, you know, the thing about the episode is that, you know, it's the life-risking attack. It's like, you know, Vegeta's going to do something that might end up risking his life. How do you think it's going to play out to where Toppo goes out and Vegeta?
It's hard to say because, I mean, I've seen people theorize that life-risking attack, they've been thinking of the, what is it, the final explosion? Or, you know, where he risked his life against Blue.
Where he blew himself up against Majin Buu and failed.
I don't think that's happening. I mean, if they do, that would be a very ballsy move, considering we know that the series is ending. I don't think they would do that, though. I think it's probably going to go down similar to what happened with Dispo and Gohan. I'm predicting what may happen is that Goku's going to come to the realization that, hey, these guys are really freaking powerful, and 17 cannot get eliminated. We need to win with the numbers. Go help out 17. I'll try and hold down Jiren until like the last 5 minutes or something like that. You know what I mean? I think that's what's
that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Plus, I think it's a nice character move for Goku because his whole time, Goku has just been like, I need to get strong. I need to beat this dude. I want to fight you one-on-one. For him to kind of come to that, I guess, Cell-like realization where, okay, I can't beat this dude. We got to beat the clock instead, you know?
Yeah, we have to win by strategy versus just me wanting to fight all the time and basically beat Goku. You know, oh, I love fighting. I love fighting. So, all right. If Vegeta and Topo are out in 126, that leaves us with Frieza, who is unconscious, 17, Jiren, and Goku. First of all, just the idea that 17 would be there till the very end. I mean,
when you use Groupon in your neighborhood, you're not only saving money, you're also supporting local business. I mean, brother, they really have been pushing 17 in this arc. I mean, they gave him so much shine. I'm just very impressed by that. But the idea of 17 going out in episode 127 makes sense based on that provisional league title that talks about the final barrier. You know, with the barrier being 17's a move. So you think Jiren will take out 17 in 127, correct?
I think so, yeah. And it's crazy, bro, to think that we could possibly see Jiren versus 17. That's wild. You know?
Poor 17 does not stand a chance, bro.
Yeah.
If Topo can crack that barrier, 17, and dude, I think people forget. Look, if Topo can crack that barrier, dude, Jiren was able to crack a barrier of time. He was able to supersede time. So, you know, in the episode against Hit, 111. So, no, like, it's going to be a wash. Now, that would then leave us with Frieza and Goku against Jiren, which I know a lot of folks thought would happen. Frieza, of course, being knocked out. How do you see... Okay, first of all, how do you see... Do you think that Ultra Instinct Goku's coming back in episode 128? Like, we're going to see him power up again?
I think so. I think with what happens with 17... And see, I feel like, going back at it, like, this is the one thing I will give this arc, bro, is that they're kind of making things come full circle. Whether it's the Whis' training, whether it's Frieza taking on that Hakai. Because remember, that wasn't in the manga. The whole versus the Assassins, that was not in the manga, and it was in the anime, and I thought it was just filler, but they're trying to make it come full circle.
That's right.
I think it was 2 episodes, right? 2 episodes with Goku and 17. And
that's right.
Every time, bro, remember, how many times did the android save Goku in this arc? Like, what, 2 or 3? So the fact that 17 may get taken out, maybe they're going to sacrifice, or he may jump in and take a blast for Goku, I think that may sort of put Goku in that position where, okay, Frieza's out, I don't know where the hell that dude's at, he's out. 17's gone, Vegeta's gone, it's going to push him into that corner, which we know what will happen. He's going to awaken UI, and then that'll be UI Goku versus Jiren until, I'm presuming 130 is going to be like the final fight of the tournament, because it makes sense, 130, and then 131 will be obviously the wish and the closing moments of the series, you know?
So, okay, well, how do you see Frieza fitting into all this? Because based on what you told me, they could go a number of different ways. Number one, Goku beats Jiren, and then Frieza and Goku are the last two. Or Goku and Frieza team up against Jiren somehow. Like, they do something to where Goku does something, and Frieza sacrifices himself for the win. Or not like death, but, you know, does something that's, you know, selfless for the win to let Goku win. Or do you see possibly it playing out to where Goku and Jiren double eliminate?
Waiting on this nigga all fucking day.
Eliminate themselves, and then Freeze is declared the winner. Knocked out for.
So if it's not confirmed, I'll let you guys know, whatever. But Toriyama had some words to say about Dragon Ball Super. We don't know exactly in vivid detail what was going on, but apparently dude has gotten so into Dragon Ball in the recent years that he was going to Toei like, yo, what is this with Dragon Ball Super? Because if you know anything about Toriyama, then if you read a lot of the interviews of the past, Toriyama isn't the most bonded to Dragon Ball. He says in some of his old interviews that, you know, when he was working on Dragon Ball Z, those were some of the worst times of his life because of the hectic weekly schedule and everything like that. So dude really wasn't that big into Dragon Ball, whatever, because it was just like such a daunting task for him. But in recent years, he's gotten more into it to the point where he was complaining about different